It was probably during my senior year in high school when I was introduced to the idea that visual storytelling, photojournalism, could be a possible career path. Now, I had worked for several years on our high school's publication staff, both the newspaper and yearbook, and had had a great time, with friends of mine, learning what it meant to be creative on deadline. And in the midst of that was one key individual, our advisor, Betsy Metter. Ms. Metter always encouraged us to realize what it was we were doing, that we were playing an important role in our community, that we were helping to make our audiences a little bit more aware, that we were helping to provide a little deeper understanding of what was going on. So not long after I graduated from high school, I headed toward Arkadelphia, Arkansas, Ouachita Baptist University, and 4 years later graduated from there, having worked pretty much as I did in high school on the publication staff there, the newspaper, yearbook, and also the university staff, providing images to help tell Ouachita's story. After Ouachita, worked commercially as a photographer, did freelance work, actually did pretty much anything that someone would hire me to do. And I never will forget the afternoon that Carol and I, my wife and I, went down to our church and met with our pastor, Dr. Nathan Porter, there at First Baptist Church, Arkadelphia, and had one primary question to ask Dr. Porter. We wondered if there was actually a place within the context of Christian communications for a photojournalist. And I never will forget the moment that he turned his great big leather chair around and he pulled a magazine off the shelf and handed it to me. And on the cover of this magazine, called Missions USA, a publication that was produced by the Home Mission Board at the time, on the cover of that magazine was a photograph by Don Rutledge. And as I opened the magazine and flipped the pages, I saw one photograph after another that answered the question that I had asked. Dr. Porter really didn't need to say much more. It was right there in my hands. The answers were right there. It was a moment that I never will forget. And little did I know at that time that in the coming years, Don Rutledge and a host of others involved in this field would become close friends of ours. And the impact of that moment is one that runs really, really deep, and I never will forget it.